weird technical difficulty there. Listen, if anybody can tell me how to get these notifications from the activity um feed off, I will give you like $1 because it's there. It's been there for like a few days and I just don't know how to get that away from there. Anyways, I'm back. I'm here to do readings for my air signs. So that's going to be my Gemini, Libra Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Risings. We're going to do some tarot readings for the Leo full moon for you. And yeah, just before we get into this, I just have a feeling that my mom's going to walk in here. So if my mom walks in here, it's not weird, okay? But yeah, I'm kind of ready to get into these readings for my air signs. If you don't know, I am a double air sign. I'm a Libra Sun, Aquarius Moon. I was Sag Rising, so I already did the fire signs. But yeah, I'm excited to do this reading for my air signs because I have good air influence. So I'm curious to see how this Leo full moon energy is gonna come through for me as well. But yeah, we're gonna start with Gemini, and I just want to see something really quick. Oh, Gemini. Well, the Gemini card is on the bottom of the deck. Anyways, yeah, we're gonna start with Gemini's, and actually, timestamps are gonna be below. So go ahead and skip to your timestamp if you want to. Like and subscribe, share, all that stuff. I'm not very good at the YouTube, social media, call to action situations, but you know, do those things. Timestamps are below. For our readings today, we're going to be doing the Desire Spread. It's 5 cards. The first 2 cards are the main situation, what you're experiencing right now with this Leo full moon. Then we're going to do a past, present, future, more so advice, how you can best use your energy moving forward, or any message that Spirit wants you to know right now, anything that you need to know or be aware of. And then 1 card from the Animal series as well. So we're going to get started for my Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising folks. Spirit, thank you for bringing me together with my Gemini folks. Please allow me to tap into their energies and bring forward any primary messages that you have for them. For this Leo full moon, what may they be experiencing at this time? Spirit, anything they need to know or be aware of, and how they can continue to use their energy to align themselves with their highest good. Okay, for my Geminis, Sun, Moon, Rising, Leo full moon, February 12th. How is this playing out for my gems? I hope the music's not too loud. Geminis. You got the Page of Wands. What is crossing this energy, challenging this energy for my Geminis? The 5 of Swords. Okay, what is the past influence here? Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. The Chariot, okay. What is the present energy for my gems? The 6 of Wands, love that. And then any advice, what they should know or be aware of at this time, or how they can best use their energy moving forward. Magician in the reverse. I'm gonna pull another one for that one. What more can we say with this Magician in the reverse? Magician in the reverse, Spirit, for the Gemini's advice. Okay, 8 of Wands, or 8 of Cups, I should say. Sorry. So for my Gemini's, okay. Okay, looking at your spread so far, you've got most of the suits represented except for Pentacles, and you've got 2 major arcanas, right? One thing that I noticed already with this spread, before we get into like the individual cards, is that most of the figures on these cards are like holding like a wand, a sword. You know, they're like holding like a staff of some sort. So I feel like for my Geminis, this Leo full moon is really, you know, a lot about your own like personal power, your own like path that you are moving down, that is completely guided by your desire, right? So we're gonna start off with this Leo full moon for my Geminis. You got the Page of Wands. So it's looking like y'all are really excited to start something new, some type of new creative or active endeavor. You know, Wands energy, it's about that energy that like lights you up. It's your vitality, it's your life force energy, anything that you're passionate about, excited about. It's a page, so it's a younger energy, so it's like you're just getting started. Like you're really curious about this new thing. And yeah, it's just like you just want to try, you know what I mean? I just see the Page of Wands as like the kid with the big stick. Like they're really excited about this new thing. They're really excited about the stick. But what's crossing this energy is the Five of Swords, which is interesting because the Five of Swords a lot of times is like conflict type energy. It's swords, so it's about communications, thoughts, perceptions. With the Five of Swords, you know, it could be arguing like back and forth, like verbally. But the thing that I really point out with this card is that there are people with like differing opinions, and it seems like nobody can like compromise, right? There's no, I don't want to say that there's no consideration, but it's just kind of harder to, I guess, step into the other person's shoes and just like see the other person's side. So it's almost like a bygones be bygones type energy. But with this crossing the Page of Wands for my Geminis, it's like you're getting ready to start this new thing, and you may have a lot of people that are like kind of like arguing you down, almost like, I can't believe you're gonna start this. Like they have opinions about you going down this path, you know what I mean? And it's like, in a way, it's like they don't understand like your passion, you know what I mean? When you're doing this thing, and you know, it also could be that some people might feel like you're like taking a step back, you know what I mean? It's like, I really don't know what's coming like before this page. Like I don't know if my Gemini people have some sort of like social stature, but it could even be like having like a job, like a big time job. And I'm just giving an example, but like, say if you like worked at a job for like a long time and you've like climbed up the ladder or whatever, you're doing well for yourself, and then like, you know, you kind of decide that you're not having fun and you just want to do something a little bit more enjoyable, so you step away from that to like explore something more fun and creative. And then people are coming at you like, why would you do that? Why would you leave this security of your job? Why would you, you know, want to go from up here to down here? And it's just like, you just want to have fun, you just want to explore something new, you just want to be creative. And there's so many people who are like almost projecting their opinions on you, like, you know, they don't think you should go down this route, or you know, it's just that mental conflict or that verbal conflict of like a back and forth. And if it's not other people, this is like you, could be going on in your own head, you know. So the past influence when it comes to this type of situation is the Chariot. So the Chariot is like this energy of like leveling up. It's like moving on to the next chapter. It's definitely like a feeling of growing, you know, development, like linear growth and linear movement forward, right, towards some type of goal. So this is coming in the past influence. So maybe like my Gemini people, you might have had an experience in the past, and time is relative, right? So this could be last week, last month, a few hours ago, but there was something that happened for you that kind of felt like maybe that it was supposed to happen, right? Like that this situation was supposed to take you into a new chapter. With the Chariot, if it's a little bit more mundane, this could be a trip. So you might have gone on a trip recently, and something about this trip could have sparked some new type of like excitement for you and something that you want to explore. I'm gonna pull a clarifier here. What more can we say with this Chariot here for my Geminis in the past influence? The Two of Swords. Okay. So yeah, I think for my Geminis, what's going on here is that it honestly took you a long time to even decide that you want to explore this new thing, right? So with this Chariot and this Two of Swords, like the Two of Swords energy is not being able to like make a decision, right? It's almost like you stalemate yourself in a way, and you stop yourself from making any like moves, right? Any choices. The thing with the Two of Swords is that this person is like locked behind their logic. You know what I mean? Locked behind these two like thought processes, but a lot of times they're really ignoring um, this emotional like well in the background that is really influencing your feelings, influencing kind of why you are trying to make this decision anyway, right? So when it comes to the past for my Gemini's, like, you know, you were really struggling making a decision, and it was you were going at it logically, but I feel like something happened for you where you were able to kind of break out of this stalemating yourself energy and stepping into your emotions and how you feel about things. And because you were able to do that, it allowed you to kind of have a little bit more faith, or um, a little bit more trust that you want to move forward in a more like genuine, like passionate way, right? And I really feel like you're stepping down from something like I don't know why that energy really wants to come forward here, but even though I'm saying that, it doesn't necessarily have to be a step down. Like maybe it's a like logical step down in the eyes of society, but this Page of Wands is so excited for this new path, this new creative project, even that you're really like ready to move full forward ahead with it, right? Because you have this Six of Wands in the present energy. This is kind of funny because now that I'm seeing the Six of Wands here, I am really feeling like this Five of Swords could be like my Gemini's own like mental like back and forth that they're doing in their head, you know, rather than having like actual other people around you kind of like expressing doubts. Like maybe my Gemini people are expressing their own like doubting themselves based off of maybe what other people have said to them, like, you know, before. Because even with this Five of Swords, like this person in the front, like there's these two people that are walking away that have like lost this argument, and this person up here, they're holding three swords, and it's almost like they play these people's arguments before they have that argument. So if you imagine that like being your like self-talk, like your own talk in your mind, where you're beating yourself up and you're telling yourself like, oh, these people think this of me, or these people, you know, have this like opinion of me, and it's like you didn't actually talk to them about it, you just think that they feel that way about you because you're doubting yourself, you know? So that could be what's coming up here for my Geminis. And even with this Page of Wands, you know, like um, the Page of Wands sometimes could be about like fear of embarrassment, or fear of failure, you know? So I can see that really playing out for my Geminis, and why you felt like you were holding yourself back, you know, just not feeling comfortable moving forward towards this thing, because you might have like self-doubts, and you might feel like, you know, you're a page and you're not as skilled, you're not as talented yet, and you want to be good and you want to like have fun, but you're just like afraid of embarrassing yourself, afraid of not being good enough or whatever. So coming into the present moment, like you have the Six of Wands, which I love because you're really moving full forward ahead with this new like passionate pursuit of yours, and you have like people behind you that are like cheering you on. You know, the Six of Wands is about victory, success. It's about like recognition, validation. You know, when I see this card, I just think of like a homecoming. You know, when people are excited that like somebody's coming home that like represented like their community or their family well, you know. You just have support, you have people cheering you on, that can see your passion, see your talent, in this like creative realm of yours, and they might have their own like creative passions that they have, and because they're also creatives, like it's easy to like build that camaraderie, right? To like everybody really feed off of each other's fire. So I like that for my Geminis. It's like at this moment with this Leo full moon, like you're ready to actually like go for it, put yourself out there, and kind of just say fuck the fear a little bit. You know what I mean? It's like I don't think that you are afraid of like failing or embarrassing yourself anymore, because that's just a part of the process, right? Like failure isn't the opposite of growth. Failure is a symptom of growth. So you really have to put yourself out there and be the beginner sometimes. You know what I mean? And from there, you just build more confidence and develop more skill and more talent and charisma. And I really think that whatever this is for my Geminis could be really fulfilling to your like desire, like your own like human like personal will, personal desire. This could be like a very fulfilling path for you. So, moving on to your advice or like the message from spirit, you've got this Magician in the reverse. The Magician is a Gemini card, so that's interesting. And then you also have this Eight of Cups, right? So the Magician for me is always a card of co-creating with the universe. Whenever I see the Magician, I see the like as above, so below. But the magician is an alchemist. Like they are here to like manifest all of their dreams, all of their desires into this physical plane, right? And they have all the tools necessary. They have a cup, pentacle, a sword, and a wand. But it's coming through in the reverse for you. So that's definitely challenging. I feel like there's something about this moment that feels a little bit like stifling for my Geminis, or that they're just not showing up to the best of their ability, right? Almost like you're not feeling like completely yourself. And the reason that this is because of this Eight of Cups. There is some type of like emotional like baggage, like deep held emotions that have built up like over a long time that it's not like so easy to separate yourself from. But it's like weighing you down, you know what I mean? It's holding you down, and it's really time for you to kind of like process that and be able to move away from that, like let go of that, so that you can just feel more embodied in what you're doing now, and where you're moving now, you know? Because this is you. Like, the Magician is the Gemini card, and you are literally in this moment to manifest a new dream, a new desire. You've got this Magician card, and you also have this Chariot card. You know, you've got this Page of Wands and this Six of Wands. Like, whatever this is for you, like, there is success, there is support. But there is definitely some like emotional situation, emotional baggage, like feelings, long held feelings that you need to let go of, and able to kind of move forward in this to your full potential, to your full capacity. So let's move on to the animal spirit cards and see what's coming up for my Geminis for this Leo full moon. When I pull from the animal spirits, I always tell people that these cards will either relate directly to the spread, or they'll have a message specifically for you. So just, take it, excuse me, how it resonates. So we're going to pull one for my Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising from the animal spirits. Whoa. This one, it's the beaver. Okay. Gems. You've got the beaver. It's a hairy beaver. So let's see what the beaver has to say. Okay. It says, Beaver, hard worker, loyal, tireless, family first. Beaver personality is a welcome sight. These good-natured and dependable creatures have infinite love and enthusiasm for family and express it by way of the earth element, providing a home and financial stability. Although a beaver doesn't usually initiate a project, once started, they'll work steadily for weeks, months, or years to see it through. The beaver card appears when the task at hand requires your long-term, steady effort. It can also signify that it's time for some karma yoga, selfless service. When in balance, it's happy and it does meaningful work. When out of balance, it feels useless and worn out. To bring into balance, physical labor and selfless service. So yeah, that's an interesting message for my Geminis. Like I said, sometimes it relates to the spread, or sometimes it's a message just for you. With this, I feel like there is something here that's just for like certain Gemini people that hopefully this like resonates with you. If I were to try to connect it kind of with what's going on with this spread, it could be that, you know, my Geminis may have been the people who others have like depended on, and you may be coming into a point now where you are wanting to move forward with things that are just for yourself, you know what I mean, that are just like meaningful for you. But also, yeah, it's saying that whatever you're moving into, the task at hand requires your long-term and steady effort. So, yeah, what I see for my Geminis here is that y'all are really shifting perspective within yourself, especially, and finally allowing yourself to move forward with your own personal desires and not being afraid to, you know, not be good. You know what I mean? And not being afraid to like embarrass yourself. I feel like once you are releasing whatever like emotional things like hold you back and create doubts within you, you will be able to like really blossom in this new chapter, because you will be completely embodied in your natural kind of like manifesting energy. So that's what I have for my Geminis. Definitely let me know if this resonates with you. Drop a comment down below. Give me a like, share, subscribe if you want to be here for more readings in the future. Yeah, thank you, my Geminis. And we're going to go move on to Libras after I take a water break and get myself back together. Alright, I'm excited for this full moon, you guys. I don't know, like, actually, I feel like this time is just like, very anxious for a lot of us, especially like, you know, if you live in the US, but there's a lot of particular like mindsets that are taking over right now, and it's very scary for a lot of us. So I don't know, I want to be able to like do things that really feed my soul and make me feel good, and hopefully like make y'all feel good and make you feel like you can be seen just at this time, you know. I just think that's important right now. Like, I've been like crazy anxious, so I can only imagine what everybody else is feeling. But we're gonna get through this, you know. We are all going to get through this. And as I'm talking now, I'm realizing I don't have my stones. I don't have my selenite on my deck. I'm gonna grab that really fast, actually, you guys. Sorry. I just want to make sure that I adequately have some energies moving through these decks. played My Chem a second ago, and I was like, oh, lo-fi My Chem. That's cute. Right now they're playing Sugar We're Going Down. Okay. We're gonna get into my Libras. Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This reading is going to be for you. I am also a Libra Sun, so shout out to my fellow Libras. It's not always easy out here for us. Alright, Spirit, thank you for bringing me together with my Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising individuals. I ask that you please allow me to connect with their energies and bring forward any prominent messages that you have for them at the time of this Leo full moon. What may they be experiencing at this time? What can they expect? And how can they continue to align their energy with their highest good? Please and thank you, Spirit, for my Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What's coming through for them for this Leo full moon? Libras. Alright, you got this Eight of Cups already. The first card out. What is crossing this energy? What's challenging this energy for my Libras? The Five of Wands. Interesting. What is the past influence for my Libras? The King of Pentacles. I'm actually going to pull a clarifier for this King of Pentacles for the past. So why do we have the King of Pentacles here? What more can we see with this King of Pentacles for my Libras for this past influence? The Death card in the reverse. So what is the energy of the present? What is the present energy for my Libras? Three of Cups in the reverse. What is the advice? Or how can they best use their energy moving forward at this time? Or anything that they need to know or be aware of? Spirit. For my Libras. King of Pentacles reverse. I'll probably pull a clarifier for that when we get to it. This is an interesting spread for my Libras. What am I seeing so far? You've got Wands, Cups, and Pentacles represented, and you have one major arcana card here in the Death card so far. So, Libras, I definitely feel like this is a time where we're processing like a decent amount, especially because you're starting off with this Eight of Cups, but then you also have this Death card in this spread. But to start the, spread, this Leo full moon with this Eight of Cups is showing me that my Libras are really focused on those deep set emotions, emotional baggage, feelings that are not serving you and weighing you down, and this process of letting those things go and hopefully not coming back to them, right? Because this Eight of Cups person is walking away from this. Whenever I see the Eight of Cups, it just reminds me of Scorpio energy. You know what I mean? It's fixed emotions, so there is long-term emotions that you held for such a long time that just weigh you down and hold you down. And my Libras really want to process that. My Libras really want to let go of that and walk away from it once and for all. And what's challenging this is this Five of Wands energy. So sometimes this could be about competition, comparison. A lot of times I see this as sparring. It reminds me of sports teams and playing the game. But it feels for some reason right now, there is something that's actively taking away your energy, or that you actively have to I don't want to say contend with, but it's like I said, it's playing the game, right? You have to play a game right now. Basically, there is something that Libras need to show up for energetically at this moment when they're really trying to do this process of kind of like walking away from some like old emotions, but like there's something like in front of you right now that just like that really needs to be like tended to, but it just needs energy. You know what I mean? It's just like you can't sit down and relax and just process and like let old feelings go because you have to like show up to like some sports game, or you have to like there's like physical activity going around that is really taking up a lot of your time. If this is not about like, you know, actual like tasks and like errands even that you have to like run like throughout the day, or like people that you have to um, uh, work with or deal with, um, these old emotions for my Libras could honestly be about like comparison, could honestly be about like wondering like if you're good enough or as good as somebody else that is essentially like in your peer group, or like on your level of like skill or talent, or within the same type of like industry as you. And with wands, this could be like about like creative pursuits, like things that you're passionate about, and that you want to like put yourself out there for, right? Because wands is all about like charisma and confidence. So for my Libras, it could even be at this time like you're really like letting go old feelings of like maybe like feeling inadequate, or maybe feeling like you're not as talented, or you're not as charismatic or exciting as other people. You know, that could also be something that my Libras are contending with. But it's either this like feeling of like I have these emotions that I really want to process and I really want to let go of, but I don't have time to like really focus on that because I have to take care of all these things like in my day to day. Or it's just like I am letting go of the feeling of being, excuse me, not good enough, or I'm letting go of this feeling like other people are better than me, you know? So, with your past influencer, you have this King of Pentacles, and then you have the Death card in the reverse. So this is an interesting combination of, because the King of Pentacles, you know, it's to me this energy of the person who is like the boss, right? They have to make sure like all the like needs are met. You know what I mean? Like they have all the resources, they provide the security, they have a lot of responsibility. They can have their own business. You know what I mean? There's with Pentacles, like this is like a lot about things that are tangible. So a Pentacle situation is like maybe like you own a house and you have to like make sure like all the bills are paid, and you know you have like food and all of that. You know, it's just a lot of responsibility with this King of Pentacles. But this King of Pentacles is also being informed with this Death card in the reverse, right? So this type of combination for me feels like there is some type of like maybe like work or like profession, or is that the same thing? Like career, vocation, work, home, family, finances, self-worth, things regarding that type of situation, that there is a like purging process that needs to be done that hasn't quite fully come through yet, right? And it's interesting because like, you know, with this King of Pentacles, I would say that King of Pentacles people are honestly like pretty proud of like their discipline and what they've created and what they're able to like build for themselves tangibly, and creating like resources and stability and structure for themselves, right? But there is something that you have created, like something that you own, something that you've manifested, that you take care of, that is needing to go through a like rebirthing process, or like a stripping, and like there's some type of shift that needs to go on with this resource, this job, this something that you have. it's changing in some way, and like it's metamorphosizing, but for some reason like you're having a difficulty really, I guess, cementing that change or creating, like moving through that transformation that's going on here with your physical resources. I don't know, this is really interesting for my Libras. Like, maybe I'll pull one more. What can you see with this King of Pentacles and this Death card in the reverse in the past from Libras? Seven of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, I just feel like, mm, for my Libras, like there could have been like some like information that you were not like privy to, or like something that you were not like looking at, like choosing not to look at. Yeah. With this, yeah, with this, like, and I want to say business. I don't know why business is the first word that keeps coming to my mind, but with this resource of yours, or this project, or this physical thing that you have to maintain and make sure is running and functioning, it's a lot of responsibility, and I feel like this is kind of weighing on my Libras a little bit, because there is some type of, it feels like you're trying to like hold it together, right? And there is some type of shift, or there's some type of change that needs to happen here with like your job, or like your home, or whatever. And it's like you're delaying this change because there's something that you don't want to look at. And this is the past influence, so it could even be now that you finally decided to look at this thing or do something about this. But there is some type of shift that's going on there that I feel like it's still processing, it's still like metamorphosizing, it's still going through that process. In the present moment, you have the Three of Cups in the reverse. The Three of Cups is typically like this energy of like friends and support systems and people who are having like parties or networking and things like that, right? This is coming through in the reverse of the present moment, so there's some type of challenge with like this energy of like being social and being around people. I will say this Three of Cups is coming right underneath the Eight of Cups here. And so there is some type of like Five of Cups in the reverse, like not in the reverse, Five of Cups upright energy, right? So it could even be that right now with my Libras, there's been some type of like emotional disappointment. I feel like it could be like something going on with this where it's like, and it's funny because I want to say it's like it feels like you're disconnected from your friends. You know what I mean? It feels like you're disconnected from your social safety and your social security, or feeling good like in a social capacity. And it's funny to say that because right now for me as a Libra sun, like I'm traveling right now to be with my mom, and I'm away from like my friends. Like I don't have my network, I don't have my communities, I don't have my people. And so that's been really hard for me right now, kind of going through this process of figuring shit out. And so I don't want to put myself too much on this, but I definitely kind of like see that type of energy coming through with this in the present. But yeah, for my Libras, yeah, it's just, I feel like this is a little bit more of a challenging full moon for my Libras. I think this is definitely about like your dreams and your wishes, like, and your goals, and who is around you, um, I guess, like, to support that in a way, because with this Leo full moon, if you are looking at a Libra rising chart, Leo is your 11th house, which is the house of your friendships, it's the house of your communities, but it's also the house of your dreams and kind of like your goals for the future, right? So to have this full moon in this house, it's like that is like the big focal point for my Libras. It's like, what are my goals? What am my dreams for the future? And who are the people that can help me get there, right? What are the environments, what are the communities that can help foster more like growth in these areas, right? And so for my Libras, like, I don't know, I feel like you may be having a little bit of difficulty feeling comfortable putting yourself out there in like certain communities, you know, because because of this, like this five of wands, it could be like the comparison, it could be the inadequacy, it could be like maybe even feel like people like beat you down, you know what I mean? It's like you struggle with having to fight or like assert yourself or, you know, put yourself like forward out there in some way, which is, you know, that's definitely a trait that I can see from my Libras. But at the same time, like there is some type of shift that this is affecting with like your goals, you know, or like your business, your work, your home, like your resources in some way. There's some like way that you need to be able to um, feel like safe or comfortable in these like communities so that you can have some type of shift with this work or this goal of yours. Even with this seven of swords, like it feels like because swords is about like communication, and sometimes the seven of swords is like keeping secrets or being deceptive, can be passive aggression and things like that. But yeah, it just feels like with this job or with this goal, like my Libras are trying to come out of their shell or you know feel more comfortable like expressing something. Golly gee. I want to go to the advice, which we have the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. A hard card to have, you know, for the advice or the energy moving forward because it's the slowest knight in the deck and it's in the reverse. So it's just like, it feels like progress is completely halted in a way. So let me see, why do we have this Knight of Pentacles in the reverse coming through as an advice or anything that my neighbors need to be aware of for the Leo full moon? Why the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse? The Chariot, okay. The High Priestess. Okay, I think at this time, for my Libras, like Spirit is kind of asking you just to like have faith and just to trust your intuition and trust the process, right? Because I feel like for my Libras right now, it could feel like you've come to a grinding halt with your ability to kind of create more growth or create some type of routine or like consistency and like building momentum with this goal of yours. You know what I mean? And it's like you're a knight, so like you have come off the ground in some type of way, and even in this past influence, you're a king. You know what I mean? So it feels like you already have a like a realized version of some type of like physical goal, physical manifestation of yours, and you're trying to have more growth. You're trying to develop it further, and you know it feels you kind of feel like you're stuck, right? But with the High Priestess and the Chariot card, like I said, like I think Spirit is telling you that at this time you kind of just have to trust the process and understand that even though like you may feel like things are not moving, things are always moving. You know what I mean? Um, the Chariot is this card of like moving forward, leveling up, having like growth and like movement towards your goals. think there's something interesting going on with this High Priestess card and this Chariot card, because they both have. So the High Priestess has these two columns, you know, this black column, this white column, and the Chariot card has this like two dogs on this card, this white dog and this black dog. The High Priestess is definitely about like intuition and like knowledge that comes through like feeling and not necessarily through like logic. You know, this is really having like a lot of trust, having like a lot of faith in yourself, and like just knowing what is correct for you. And you know, with this Chariot card, one of the things that's really important to be able to really move forward and to like experience some type of like linear growth or leveling up is that you have to make sure all aspects of yourself are being acknowledged, so that there isn't any like part of you that is seeking to get attention. You know what I'm saying? Because with this card here, like there is like an idealized version of self, and there's also like a like shamed version of self, where like, you know, some people could have shamed certain aspects of you in the past, and then you end up like identifying with that, so you also shame those things in yourself. You know what I mean? You also have that type of self-doubt that people have put on you. But if you develop a relationship with this like part of yourself that you feel like does not have a place, you start to feel like more embodied. You know what I mean? And you don't have any more like impulses to like get this need met, because it's always being met, it's always being seen, it's always being acknowledged, so that way you can actually move forward, right? So trust the ways that you feel like you're going to build growth for yourself, even if you feel like in the mundane or in your like, you know, 3D experience that things are not moving. As long as you are moving towards, you know, what you feel is right for you and what you feel is going to make that success for you, I think it can very much happen, and it has to be that way. Um, for you to stick to it. You know what I mean? It just has to be you. It has to be right. So I hope, I hope that makes sense for my Libras. I wasn't expecting for that to, I guess, go that route. Was that an animal spirit card for y'all? For the Leo full moon. Animal spirit is coming through for my Libra, sending as individuals. For the Leo full moon. The elk. The elk, some earth energy there. So let's see what's going on here with the elk. I really want this to be in alphabetical order so bad. Okay. Libras, you got the elk. It says stable, resilient, headstrong, the father. The great elk represents the earth element in its masculine form. This means it provides underlying support and stability amidst life's many changes. An elk personality, whether male or female, is fully established in themselves and knows their core values. They become known and respected for acting in ways that uphold those values. Sometimes the elk's ego can become inflated, but for the most part, they make damn good fathers, mothers, lovers, and friends. The world needs more elk energy. When in balance, it's supportive, kind, and consistent. When out of balance, it's pretentious, high, and mighty. To bring into balance, eat and drink more consciously. Yeah, you know, I like that the elk is coming through, bringing in this earth energy, because I feel like the earth, like the Pentacles cards are so important in this spread, you know, because there really is like a huge focus on like Libras and their core values right now, right? With this King of Pentacles. Pentacles could also be just like, you know, your personal values. And I don't know, maybe there's a sense of self, even, that is being gosh, I don't know, reorganized. That's not the word that I want to say. Y'all, I'm ADHD, and I swear, like, I'll have a word, but I thought about it, like, 2 sentences before I was done with my other thought. So then when I get to the word, like, I don't even remember the word anymore. And then, you know, it just doesn't come out. But yeah, there is a redeveloping, basically, of my Libra's personal values. I feel like this could even be some Libras wanting to be more forward and more like assertive. But yeah, that's what I have for my Libra Sun, Moon, and Risings. I hope this resonated for you and it wasn't too hard to follow, because I definitely was not expecting it to get like that. But honestly, whenever I see the King of Pentacles come up in a reading, I'm just like, God damn it. Because I don't do Pentacles. I tell people this all the time. I'm a Wands and Cups person. I never get Pentacles. If I ever get a Pentacle card, it is like a 2 of Pentacles or a 3 of Pentacles. But yeah, I'm gonna move on to my Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising individuals as soon as I take another water break. So for my Aquarius folks, you know, if you're an Aquarius, this Leo full moon is exactly opposite your sign. It's gotta be in the 7th house, so this is heavily about relationships or one-on-one, like interpersonal dynamics for my Aquarius folks. So let's see what's coming through with this Leo full moon for you. Spirit, oh my gosh. Thank you for bringing me together with my Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising individuals. I ask that you please bring forward any prominent messages that you have for my Aquarius individuals at this time. Anything that they need to know or be aware of for this Leo full moon. What energies should they expect at this time, or can they expect with this Leo full moon, and how they can continue to align their energy with their highest good. Please and thank you, Spirit. So it's coming through for my Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising folks for this Leo full moon. First card is the 6 of Wands. What is crossing this card for my Aquarius individuals? The 5 of Cups. What is the past influence for my Aquarius? Hermit in the reverse. I'm gonna pull a clarifier for the Hermit. Why the Hermit in the reverse in the past for my Aquarius, Sun, and Risings? Queen of Wands. Okay. What is the present energy for my Aquarius folks? The Hierophant. Okay. Might clarify that down the line. What is the advice? Anything that Aquarius needs to know or be aware of at this time, or how they can best use their energy moving forward from here? Ace of Wands. It's cool. Okay. Aquarius, let's look at these cards really quick. You got a lot of Wands cards. You got two major arcanas, and then you have a Cups card. Most of the people, or most of the figures in this spread for you, excuse me, are holding wands, holding staffs, like I said, for Gemini. So I definitely feel like this is heavily to do with, Aquarians, like personal will, autonomy, which, I feel like Aquarius is all about, to be honest. But let's get started with this Six of Wands. This is the first card that's coming through for you with this Leo full moon. So I think that for my Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising folks, like at the time of this full moon, there is a period or moment of like recognition, success, victory, especially in regards to like things that you're passionate about. With this full moon, if you're an Aquarius, Leo is like 7 houses away from Aquarius, 7 signs away from Aquarius. So this is really like about interpersonal, relationships. So maybe this could even have to do with some type of like one-on-one relationship with my Aquarius folks. Keep in mind, like it doesn't have to necessarily be like romantic. It could be platonic, friends, work, family. There is some type of success that's coming through for you with this Leo full moon. Possibly also even having like support from friends, or Aquarius, you could be inspired by somebody else's success at this time. Okay. So what is crossing this energy is we have the Five of Cups. This is interesting. Very contrasting energy to the Six of Wands, which is really successful. The Five of Cups is, they call it the crying over spilled milk card. There's a lot of like remorse, sometimes even regret over like things that we've lost. Especially when it comes to like community connections, like friendships. With these 3 cups that are toppled over here, that definitely reminds me of the Three of Cups, where you have multiple people who are emotionally supportive of each other. They feel like emotionally bonded and fulfilled with each other. So there could be some type of success coming through for my Aquarius folks, but at what cost, right? Because there's still this kind of like disappointment of like what happened in the past. You know what I mean? It's like you're so focused on this and not necessarily focusing enough on these 2 cups that are still like here right behind you. So I'm really curious to know what this is about. I mean, both of these cards, they have like aspect to like socializing. So I really feel like this is about people for my Aquarius folks. So it's like maybe you're successful, but maybe there is some type of like group of people that you have to leave behind to really ride this wave of success. So that's interesting. Starting off with this Leo full moon for my Aquarius folks. The past influence you first came up with the Hermit in the reverse. The Hermit is a Virgo card, but it also has like not similar, but Aquarius energy kind of makes a cameo in this card a little bit in the lantern of this Hermit card. But the Hermit is like the self-reflective journey, right? It's kind of like looking within. In some like cards, I've seen like the Hermit energy as like traveling to like be alone in a cabin in the woods, but there's a certain need to like have this type of detachment, like alone time, to rediscover like yourself and what path you're going down that is like in alignment with your actual like dreams, your goals, your wishes for yourself. Like I said, like the Aquarius energy kind of makes a cameo in this card, with this star here, because Aquarius is the star. But whenever I think of the star card, like it reminds me of Mulan and singing the song Reflection. You know, when will my reflection show who I am inside? I feel like for my Aquarius folks, this may be like you realizing that, you know, you don't resonate with a certain group of people anymore, or there's something about, you know, the environment that you were a part of that really wasn't fitting you or nurturing, I guess, like the dreams or expectations that you have for yourself, like long term, like ideal for you. And maybe with this Leo full moon, you know, right now you're kind of getting some type of recognition for like who you are, and it feels really good to like find new people that are kind of seeing you for you in a new way. And in order to like I guess feel more um, excited about that, you know, or that passion and that validation and that excitement is something that you're finding that you really want to move closer to. You know what I mean? It's like you really need the people that can see you, the people that are on the same page as you. You know what I mean? It's the people that shares the similar like passion and desire as you, and you're finding that right now. Like that is being lit up for you in new connections, and it's making you realize that hey, you maybe you don't feel so connected with your former communities anymore, or the former like friend groups that you had. And so this is like a moment for you now to kind of do some self-reflection and I guess take a chance on moving forward in new areas that are really validating your desires and your passions and who you are as a person, right? With this Hermit card that's in the reverse, it's clarified by this Queen of Wands card. And I love the Queen of Wands. This, you know, reminds me of my energy, but the Queen of Wands, she's very creative. She garners a lot of attention through just like her beauty, her talent, the things that she's passionate about. And, you know, with her creative pursuits, she has love for them, and her like skill and her talent in her craft is a reflection of her love in her craft, right? She garners attention because she's very good, she's very talented, but she doesn't do what she does for the attention, right? People just look at her naturally because she's good and she's passionate and she loves what she does. So people want to see that, but she's not trying to be the best. You know what I mean? She's not trying to be arrogant. She's not trying to be like, look at me, I'm you know so good and better than everybody else. She just wants to enjoy herself, you know. And so that type of feeling is how my Aquarius people want to feel, and they are looking at this moment for the environment that is actually fulfilling that. You know what I mean? That is actually letting them be themselves and allowing them to, you know, get that praise, get that recognition just for being themselves, you know, and like not having to perform, right? So, the current energy, the present energy for my Aquarius folks, you've got this Hierophant card here. And the Hierophant card is really indicative of like traditions and societal norms and, you know, the status quo. It could even be mentorship, people who have, that could provide like guidance or information in regards to, you know, something that you want to learn, but any type of like path that you want to go down that, you know, like this type of energy is almost like seeking like a guide, someone who's gone down like a path, a road that you are desiring to go down that can possibly like outline things for you almost, you know what I mean? Like outline like information, like this is what I experienced, you're probably gonna experience this thing too, you know? So it's funny because Aquarius energy, traditionally it's ruled by Saturn, but in modern astrology, Uranus has some type of like rulership over Aquarius, and Uranus is that energy of like rebellion and, you know, like bucking the status quo. So it's funny that for the present moment, Aquarius is showing up with this Hierophant upright card, because Aquarius is usually about, you know, being different and going down the path less traveled, right? So this is funny because whatever is going on for my Aquarius and whatever groups um, and communities that they're finding themselves like really resonating with on an energetic level now. Um, Maybe it's like some type of group or community that is focused on some type of like spiritual growth or spiritual, teaching knowledge. Um, or there's just it just feels like Aquarius is seeking community, which is just an Aquarius thing to do. Like that's what we do. Like we find like minded people for our interests. I'm gonna pull a clarifier for the Hierophant here. What more can you say about this Hierophant card coming through for my Aquarius and Moon and Rising individuals in the present moment? Why the Hierophant here? The Six of Pentacles reverse. Yes. Six of Pentacles is kind of like this card of like equal like exchange. This person here, they are able to provide resources for those who have less than them. But it's interesting because this person, a lot of times they might have like some type of like hierarchical like status over other folks, you know? Um, and so, with this card in the upright position, like everybody is kind of, there's like an equitable exchange going on here, because this person is in a position to provide for these folks. But when this is in the reverse, there is not balance here. There's not equitability here, and everybody's not receiving what they need as far as like security, finances, resources. So for this to come through with this Hierophant card, it feels like there is some type of like hierarchical like imbalance, right? Yeah, I feel like with these two cards, it could be that a lot of my Aquarius folks are kind of finding themselves in this place where they're looking to have like information or knowledge from something that could possibly feel like bigger than them, you know what I mean, larger than them. Because right now, in the mundane experience, it feels like that like things just aren't like they're not balanced, like they're not right, like you know everybody doesn't have what they need, and there's like hierarchies, and there's like people who are begging, and there's like people who have that don't want to give. And something about that is just so disheartening for an Aquarius individual, right? Because Aquarius is kind of like you know that humanitarian type of energy as well. Like Aquarius people love people or humanity as like a whole, but also as an Aquarius moon, like myself, like sometimes I feel like certain people are just evil, like point blank period. You know what I mean? So, this could kind of be what's going on here too. It's almost that like, my Aquarius folks need somebody to teach them or show them when there are like imbalances when it comes to your exchanges with people, right? What you give to people and what you get from people, and whether or not you kind of put yourself in this feeling of like being above others and making other people feel like they're needy. You know what I mean? That's an interesting message that I'm getting for Aquarius folks because it kind of touches on that God complex that Aquarius can have sometimes. And that's funny with this Hierophant card because it could be spiritual and also like speaking like spiritual and having like hierarchical status makes me think of God complex. So I think that for my Aquarius Aquarius folks, and especially if you're like finding a new community, I think that my Aquarius folks may be realizing or seeing in the present moment where they have this God complex when it comes to other people, and how that has kind of affected, I guess, their ability to like emotionally be like connected like with groups of people, you know, or like certain people. It almost feels like, you know, with my Aquarius folks, there could have been a like falling out of a friend group due to like some of the like imbalances of what people feel like they were providing each other or not providing each other. So, moving forward, the advice card or message from spirit is the Ace of Wands. I love this. This is vitality, this is passion, this is excitement, creative pursuit. You know, it's funny because like somebody, I don't remember where I read this or heard this from, but somebody was saying that the aces represent new opportunities, but it's up for you to grab that, right? So for my Aquarius folks, there is an opportunity that's coming towards you that is passionate, that's exciting, that is really going to, you know, spark some passion within you. And yeah, the opportunity is going to be there, but are you going to grab it is the question, right? What more can you see with this Ace of Wands spirit? Why this Ace of Wands coming through for my Aquarius and rising individuals for this Leo full moon? There's this Ace of Wands. The Justice card. The Three of Cups. Okay. Listen, I'm not so much of a like predictive person, but I feel like, you know, with this Leo full moon for my Aquarius folks, there's an opportunity coming towards you, right? Some type of passionate like offer even. I see like with this, you know, Justice card and this Three of Cups, like maybe you're out like at a party or that at like some type of social gathering, right? And then like I don't know, somebody like approaches you with like this passionate offer. You know what I mean? Because like let's be honest, like the Wands energy, it's about vitality, and it could be like very like libidinal, right? And also wands can kind of be like phallic, right? So I don't know, like it feels like there is a moment coming through for my Aquarius folks. If you're exploring new friend groups, if you're exploring new like social situations, you may find a person there that like piques your interest, that could like, I don't know, end up being like a new like beneficial contact for you or contract for you, right? And so I don't want to necessarily like go down like the like love and romance route, but this is in the seventh house, like I said. So it could be business partners, like it could be like, you know, platonic, like friends, family, whatever. There is some type of new opportunity coming through for my Aquarius folks to partner with like some new groups, new communities, or even a new person, like one person, one on one. That could honestly be a very beneficial moment for you. But I would say with this Justice card, to make sure that like everything is like discussed, and make sure everybody is discussing, I guess, like what role that they desire to play in this contract, in this union, in this partnership, and make sure that the terms, like that you agree on, like the terms and agreements are like communicated, one, and that, you know, everybody is aware and capable of fulfilling, you know, their side of the bargain, you know. So that's what I'm seeing for my Aquarius folks. In the tarot, I'm gonna pull a animal spirit card for you, but I definitely feel like this is a moment that Aquarius is like stepping into new communities. You know what I mean? Like stepping into friend groups and making new beneficial like contracts, like partnerships, like whether that's like romantic or business, right? So what more can we see from our Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising folks? We're gonna pull an animal spirit card, anything we need to know or be aware of or even embody at this time. From the animal spirits for my Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising individuals. Got the crocodile. Lo-fi all the small things. Okay, you got the crocodile, so let's see what the crocodile wants to say for my Aquarius folks. Oh, just passed it. Okay. Crocodile, resting, submerging, collecting energy, cooling off. The crocodile reminds us to step back from the external world and turn inward. Now is not the time for decisions, action, or discussion. The crocodile's mantra is wait. This doesn't mean lying around hoping life's challenges will disappear. The crocodile is much smarter than that. It means intentionally withdrawing, gathering our awareness, observing, and building energy. Fill up the vital reserves so your next move comes from a place of wisdom and power. This is when in balance, it's wise, patient, and a silent powerhouse. When out of balance, it feels stuck and lashes out. To bring it to balance, rest, Makarasana pose. So I guess that's like some type of like yoga pose. Don't ask me what that is. Google is your best friend. But yeah, for my Aquarius folks, let me see, this is interesting. I think something that's sticking out to me immediately is the first sentence. It says the crocodile reminds us to step back from the external world and turn inward. And I think that was something that my Aquarius folks have done recently. You know what I mean? With this Hierophant card coming through in the past, like you've had your moment inward. You've had this moment of kind of like waiting, especially with this too. And like this almost feels like an involuntary wait in a way. It's like more so like kind of like procrastinating, but more so like, you know, crying over spilt milk. It's just not being able to just get over kind of like what happened, you know. It's a, very much a like remorse and regretful card. So yeah, I think that my Aquarius folks are done lying around hoping life's challenges will disappear. Challenges being like your interpersonal like relationships, you know. I think that you're much more looking forward to finding like that soul tribe that really vibes with who you are, you know what I mean? And allows you to be yourself. And then also like you could also just be like checking yourself as well, you know what I mean? And making sure that when you are entering these new communities or new friendships or new dynamics, that you are holding just as much space for other people that you desire for people to hold for you. You know what I mean? And that is such an Aquarius thing that I noticed from, you know, some people that have like prominent Aquarius energy, is that like Aquarius, one of the archetypes is to feel like different, is to feel other. And sometimes you can like other yourself because people have made you feel other, you know, for so long. And that also is what kind of like brings up the God complex, is that like, you know, people won't just allow you to be different. So you feel like, you know, being different, you feel like everyone else is the same. You know what I mean? And you know, you devalue everybody else because they made you feel different. And now you're just like, well, everybody else is the same, so who actually is, you know, the better one? You know what I mean? It's kind of dumb. It's kind of like a reverse psychology thing in a way, but it's a defense mechanism that I know a lot of Aquarius people use, whether they want to admit it or not. But yeah, I feel like you're softening up to that, by the way. Like, it just feels like you are coming a little bit more clear to, you know, your part in the relationships, you know what I mean? And in the imbalance in relationships. Uh, and honestly, you may be exploring like some type of like therapy or, you know, some type of teacher to really expose those things for you. So yeah, I definitely think that, you know, moving forward, you want to make sure that you are showing up in your new friend groups, in your new dynamics, a lot more intentionally and a lot more, like, I don't know why honorably is the word that I want to use, but yeah, that's what I'm feeling. So that's what I have for my ear signs. I was not expecting this to go so long. This is the longest live I've done so far. But I hope that there is some good information in here for y'all for this Leo full moon. If this resonated with you, definitely like let me know in the comments below. If you liked this, give me a like, subscribe, share. You know, yeah, subscribe if you want to see more readings from me in the future. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good Leo full moon. And I'll see you next time. Bye, y'all.